Hello everyone, it is RosinQuartz here, and welcome to another speed build. Finally, after so long, I am back with another build. This build is actually a little bit old too yet. This one's actually from September, September actually. And so yeah, it's a little bit old. But I figured, it's still a good build, and also I kind of screwed up on how it was recorded. As you'll notice, it's not actually like the full screen condensed together, but I was like, you know what, you can still technically see everything. So I still really like this build, so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna share it with you guys anyways, especially since it's been so long. And right now I just finished my last class yesterday, and I'm going to be starting my exams next week. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to use one of my old builds, try to see if I can push out a video before all my exams are done. And because I have just the faintest amount of time. And I also just hate disappearing on you guys. I feel like super guilty about it, just because it's been so long. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you probably know that I'm just busy with school. Currently I'm just doing my undergraduate degree, but it does take up a lot of my time because I'm a film student. And it's just it's a lot. But yeah, I'm hoping to come back with more builds. I'm hoping, because I have a little, not less classes next year, but they're less you have to be there kind of classes. I'm hoping that I'll be able to maybe try to do more builds. I don't want to make any promises or anything just because I haven't really kept them thus far, but I do really want to keep up with builds, and I do want to share a lot of the builds I have with you. I do have one other build that's an old build that I want to share with you guys. I think it was this really massive build that I teased for you guys at one point, and it is 100% complete, but what I'm thinking of doing is keeping the outside structure of the build, and then I am going to, when I get City Living, which I haven't purchased as of yet, but when I do, which will be soon, and I'll be getting the Vintage Glamour stuff pack and stuff like that, I'll be putting all that stuff into renovating the inside of the house again. So you'll get kind of like a two-part video, where it's the original kind of build, just the outside, because I felt really bad having to delete a lot of the footage when I was initially going to put it up for you guys, just because it was such a long build and I didn't really like the inside. So I thought, you know what, why not just renovate it and give you guys some new content, new stuff that you guys actually want to see, and not just like old stuff with old whatnots where I'm going, oh, look at that, the kids stuff pack, what a new pack. But yeah, so I also want to say thank you so much. I am 7 subscribers away from 200 subscribers, which is fantastic. I really wanted to do a build, not a build, but, well, maybe I will do a build. Just sort of saying thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers back, when I was still making builds, which was just 2 months ago. But, I wanted to say thank you guys then, but I haven't had the opportunity. So I'm just going to say thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for 150 subscribers. And thank you so much for whenever we get to 200 subscribers. Either way, I'm very impressed and I'm so happy. I just cannot even believe it. And I wish I've been able to kind of create more content to be able to be a little bit more congratulatory, but my schedule has not worked out that way. But why don't I talk about actually this build a little bit. So I actually have my notes right here, so I'll open that up for you guys. So yeah, I decided, I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna keep this name, but this is my tentative name for this build. So it's the Hollywood Bachelor Pad. So essentially it's 1 bedroom, 2 bath house. So it's just for one sim, and you've got a gym in here, you've got 2 bathrooms, we got sort of we've got an office, and what else we have in here I can't really remember, but there's quite a few living rooms. There's a little party space downstairs. There's no basement or anything like that. It's just a 2-level floor, 2-level house I mean. And yeah. So this is actually quite an expensive house too, so I think this is one of those builds where you would kind of just motherload your sim into that house. It's 200,000 simoleons, and it is just quite expensive for kind of like, it's not like a mansion, you know, so, but it's still quite a really nice house, and I really liked it. And I remember there's actually, if you see me kind of swirling around in this particular build, you'll see that there's a house that's quite similar to it right next door, and that was actually my initial build. And when I was actually editing this, I was so confused. I was like, why does this house look so different? Because I was watching the original footage, and I kind of lumped them together by accident, and in my files, and I was editing it, and I was like, I skipped to the end, and I was like, why does the upstairs and the layout look so different from the house initially? And I was so confused until I watched like the whole, 40-minute thing through where I ended up scrapping it in the end and starting a whole new build. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense why this house just does not look the way that I thought it looked. But yeah, no, this is the actual house. I think I just didn't like how the layout was going on the second floor, just because it was kind of squished and cramped. So I end up rebuilding the house with the other house in mind, although there's a lot more warmer kind of tones, and I do like this sort of lush kind of almost like California type feeling kind of house. And it's got that sort of like, I don't want to say like classy, but it's kind of got that sort of like retro classy kind of Hollywood feel to it. Like when I don't know anything about the US, but you know, when you think of like Hollywood homes and stuff like that, but more like classic Hollywood homes, there's this sort of like orangey kind of retro vibe, and that's kind of what I was trying to get for this particular house. So you've got a lot of like browns, and you've got a lot of like oranges and sort of these kind of muted colors, but then you've also got these like, rich chocolate colors, and that's kind of what I was kind of going for. And I kind of really like how this house just kind of has that really sort of luxurious kind of vibe, but that also sort of a livable kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. So yeah, right now I just finished the sauna, and I just finished the bathroom, and right now I'm throwing in that sort of Hollywood kind of vibe and where I was sort of getting my idea for this house from. So I started putting in like these like movie posters, and I sort of had like all these like trophies and stuff like that, and I sort of just framed everything to make it seem like this is where like a Hollywood sim would live. That's sort of not a pack that we kind of have within obviously The Sims 4, but I figured, you know what, it sort of has that kind of almost like a kind of a collector's vibe, or maybe like a superstar, like athletic type sim and that sort of stuff. Or like you can have it just any sim who kind of participates in awards, or if you're doing like sort of role playing and stuff like that, where you're trying to say, for example, you're trying to pretend that the sim that you want to like date or something like that is like a Hollywood star, and like this is their house that they live in. And I think this house could easily be renovated as well to fit in a family. And one of the things I've always said is like I really don't mind if you guys renovate. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I think that's one of the best things about The Sim, is being able to take other people's ideas and working it to fit your kind of tastes and stuff like that. And yeah, so like you don't see it yet, but upstairs you can definitely fit, and you can take out the gym, you can take out the office, and you can throw another bathroom in, fit 2 bedrooms out of maybe the gym or something like that. And I definitely think that you can really expand this if you wanted to put it on a bigger lot or something like that. So yeah. So how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know it is, again, like I said, I know it's been so long since I've been around, so much has just happened. So I hope that you have been having a nice if you're in North America and stuff like that. I don't know what other kinds of schooling systems are like, but if you just started school like we have, and you're kind of about halfway, at least for university students now, we're halfway mark. I hope school is going well for you guys. And if you're not in school, then congratulations. I wish I wasn't in school, but I love school too much too. So it's kind of I don't know, begging a lot to be in school, so I have to like it. But yeah, things have just been like super crazy. Like I've been wanting to, I really wanted to get like a build out a lot earlier than I have, but it just came down to time and just not being able to work around working during the weekday, the weekends and stuff like that, and going to school on the weekdays, and then having like really late days and stuff like that. Just because like I would have some days where I would, like for example, my Tuesdays, because my parents both have to go to work and we all live outside of the city and stuff like that, they have to commute me into town for school. So basically my dad would bring me in for 8 o'clock in the morning, and my first class would be at 10, so I'd have a couple hours to kill. And then and then I have another class at 1, and then I have another class at 4, and so basically by the time I got out, it was 6:30, and then my mom picks me up for around that time and stuff like that, and by the time I get home, because the commute's about half an hour, it's about 8 o'clock, and basically I'm tired, and then I have to do schoolwork for the next day. And so it really cuts out on time being able to play The Sims. Like I was playing The Sims actually, yesterday? Yeah, it was just yesterday. And I was looking at the last time I played, and it was from like late September, and I was like, oh my gosh, it has been so long, and I haven't really been able to like participate with the community anymore, and it's been really kind of sad because like I really like a lot of the friends that I have made from the Sims community and the YouTube Sims community, and it's kind of sad because I feel like I'm a little like out of touch with everyone, and every once in a while I'm able to like watch one of my like friends' videos, I am able to like maybe watch a Leander video, or I'm able to watch like one of my friends Pineapple's videos, and I can't leave a comment because I'm just like, I get stressed out. And then, which is a really like weird excuse, but I'm able to like maybe like watch a couple, and then I have to go straight back to work because it's like my break time of 15 minutes between assignments, and it's just, gosh. But actually, like I was doing just a little like build thing, and yesterday, and it was so relaxing. It was like, I have returned home. And it was so nice, and I cannot wait to get the City Living Pack because I have not played with it yet. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know really too much about it. I think I watched the first episode of Pineapple's City Living Let's Play that she's doing, and I'm just like, I want to play with it so bad. Because there's so many like interesting things that you can do. Like she had her sim like take on a protesting career, which I didn't know was something that you could do, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to have a protesting sim. But hopefully that will come sometime soon, and I'm hoping that somehow I can manage something, but I don't want to make like a ton of like promises or anything because I tend to fall through on them quite a bit. But I'm hoping to get this one up for this week. I don't know what day because I still need to study for my exams, and I'm hoping sometime by next week Friday I might be able to get up part 1 of that big build that I've been saying, because by gone it, I am going to get that build up. I don't care if it is hail or high water or there is like some sort of tornado coming through. I will do it. But speaking of like craziness, I like, oh my goodness, I actually, like 2 weeks ago, I actually like twisted my ankle. I'm a little kind of TMI, but it's like kind of still swollen, and it has been a rough 2 months. I got like a cold twice, and I ended up catching the flu in between that, and then right in the middle of when my second cold was happening, which is about like 3 weeks ago, I ended up twisting my ankle, and like I ended up having to miss like 2 days of school. I ended up having to go home halfway through the day, and I had like a test that day, and I had an assignment to hand in that day, and it was brutal. And I ended up like kind of retwisting it by accident last week, and now it's just been like persistently swollen, and I'm just like, this isn't good. I did see a doctor, so if you're concerned that I'm not seeing one, I did see one, and he said I'm fine and not to worry about it. I'm like, okay. I'm a little worried, but well, I'm sure, you know, as the doctor person, he knows what he's talking about, but yeah. So a lot of the house actually has been shaped up already, so I just did the sort of upstairs, like, kind of loungy kind of thing, and now I'm working on this, like, little library type kind of thing. I was trying to actually use, at this point, the Kid Stuff Pack had just come out, so I really wanted to use kind of the Kid Stuff Pack to try to make more, like, non-kid stuff, if that makes any sense. So I was trying to use these sort of, like, honeycomb type blah 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 honeycomb type things shelf type things to kind of create like a cool little like mosaic wall floating library kind of thing. I think it looks good. I think it's quite cute, and I think it looks really modern, and it's got like all these kind of like this like black and kind of colorful but white kind of edge to it, and I think it's like a lot of fun and really pretty. And I get a little bit of seating in there, and yeah. So yeah, I don't know too much of what to say, but because I honestly I don't really remember too much about building it. But I do remember this like particular, what I was me trying to like float everything up and put them onto the ledge was just such a pain, just because everything would like, sometimes it floats a little bit too forward and it's not actually on the shelf even though you think it's on there, and so I had to fix all of those, and yeah. And yeah, so I'm getting another little kind of seat kind of in there, and yeah, I actually have already done like screenshots and everything for it, and I fixed out like a few little mistakes, because I think there was at one point where some of the wallpaper got like taken away or something like that, and so I fixed that. There actually is a mailbox out front, because I forgot to do that initially, and yeah, so those are just a few small little changes, and I think there's just some like small wallpapering things that I just missed, and I fixed those all up, so it's all should be good. There should be no problems with it, but yeah, I think my only concern is that I didn't check to see if the upstairs bathroom is kind of accessible, because there's actually like window blinds all around on the windows, and sometimes if there's even like just a small little item blocking certain things, it might not work. So just a little, you know, heads up, just check to see if the bathroom works. Maybe I'll just check before I upload it, because I actually haven't uploaded yet. It's still just sitting on my game for the past like 2 or 3 months, but but yeah, so yeah, so I've been actually trying to come up with a few ideas of things that I want to be doing sometime like this month. So I really want to do a Christmas build, because I really want to do actually like a Halloween build during Halloween, obviously, but I didn't get the opportunity to do it because I just couldn't find the time. It was too much. And so I'm hoping to do a Christmas build. I'm hoping to be able to put up a penthouse build, and because I want to do those 2 other, like a half and half kind of video, that should be 4 videos this month that I'm hoping to do, excluding this one. So here's hoping. I'm crossing my fingers that everything will go all right and everything will work out fine. So yeah, so right now I'm just kind of finishing up the office here. Nothing too exciting. I just wanted to do like a cute little office, and yeah, I was just trying to work with the Kid Stuff Pack that had just come out and try to do a little bit more like modern type stuff with it without it being too like for children. So yeah, but I don't know too much else to say now. I'm a little winded because I'm just like, I haven't actually done like a voiceover in quite some time. So like now I'm just like, oh, I'm out of breath. But yeah, so I think this is like a relatively decently long video. A lot of it is just like knickknacks and me fiddling around with little things, even though I kind of screwed up on the recording of this video, but hopefully if that isn't too much of a big deal. I didn't even really notice actually at first until I was halfway editing and I was like, why does this look so strange? But yeah, so we're gonna be kind of finishing up here and getting towards the screenshots. So yeah, I hope you guys really liked this video. I hope that you liked this build. It will be up on the gallery sometime soon, whenever it is that I have this video uploaded. I don't know what day, so but hopefully sometime soon. It'll definitely be up on the gallery before this video is up, just so you know. And yeah, if you like this, feel free to leave just a like or a comment. If there's anything that you would like to see me build in the future, because you have like ideas of things that you would want me to try out, feel free to just leave a comment, like I said before. And yeah, if you want to see more from me, because I'm hoping to do more, just subscribe to my channel. And if you guys ever want to like get in contact with me or see what I'm doing, maybe you're thinking that there should be a video up and you're like, why is there no video up? Well, just follow me on Twitter. That should just be on my channel. You can just, there'll be a link. I think there's gonna be one in the description. Yeah, there'll be one in the description box. I don't know why I'm saying I think there will be. So yeah, just feel free to follow me on there, and just feel free to leave me a message if you want to, and I'll probably respond. So, but yeah. So I think we've got like 2 minutes left still here. So I'm just doing a little bit of the landscaping, just sort of finishing all of that up, and I'm just fiddling around with some of that stuff. Nothing too exciting, but yeah. I'm sorry, I don't really know what else to kind of say anymore, but yeah, just throwing little bits and bobs in there and just making sure it all looks nice. And oh, I think I know what we do from here on. I add in sort of like a pergola type thing. I think they're called pergola. Basically, I'm just going to be putting it over the decks and stuff like that, and I'm going to be putting all the plants over top and making it all lush and nice. And yeah, and I think those are like one of my favorite like accent pieces, and I'm so glad that I thought of it. Like, I don't remember having the idea for it, but I do remember like being like, and then now I'm just like so happy that I did it, because it looks so nice, and it just makes the building look a little bit more three-dimensional and not so flat and so squarey. And I always love making sort of like these, having a lot of greenery and having a lot of lush kind of plants and stuff like that all in my builds. And yeah. So I think I add one to the back, but I don't think I add plants to it or anything. I just kind of left it as is. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this build, and I hope to see you guys again sometime soon, and I will see you guys later then. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.